Okay, for today's lesson, we're going to go ahead and check out the homework from last time we were together, which was some problem solving. And we had to write the systems of equations and then solve them algebraically. So hopefully you took a chance and did some of those. And we're just going to go ahead and take a look at how I would solve them. Now, if you did them slightly differently, you put you solved for a different variable than I did, then as long as you're getting the correct answer and you're showing all your work, you're in good shape. Okay, let's look at this first one. Marcos had 15 coins in nickels and quarters. So we know, and they tell us that X is the number of nickels and Y is the number of quarters. So we're going to go ahead and put that as our first equation. X plus Y equals 15. Okay. He had 3 more quarters than nickels. So if I take the number of 3 quarters, and I subtract 3, I get nickels. Or I could do X plus 3, nickels plus 3 equals quarters. And that's what I'm going to do. So those are my two equations. Now we're going to go ahead and solve them algebraically. And I went ahead and I did this equation by putting this expression into it. You might have solved it differently, but that's all right. All right, so we do x plus 3 equals 15. All right, so we do 2x plus 3 equals 15. We subtract 3 from both sides. We get 2x equals 12. Then to find out x, we divide by 2 on both sides, and we end up with x equals 6. So that's telling us that there are 6 nickels. Now we need to figure out quarters. So we go back, and with either equation, we can figure out what y is. I'm going to use this one again. X is 6, 6 plus y equals 15. I subtract 6, and I get y equals 9. Now I check to see if that answer makes sense. You think, all right, we have 9 quarters, 6 nickels, 15 coins total, and that's right. We have 3 more quarters than nickels. So my final answer is there are 6 nickels and 9 quarters. And you are learning how to write complete sentences with Mrs. Abdu, so this shouldn't be any problem for you. All right, that's the first one. Now I'm going to do number 2 as well, and then I'm just going to show you the answers for 3 and 4, and then we'll finish off by doing 5 together. At a restaurant, the cost for a breakfast taco and a small glass of milk is $2.10. The cost for 2 tacos and 3 small glasses of milk is $5.15. Write the equations that can be used to determine X, the cost of a taco, and Y, the cost of a small glass of milk. So we go back and we find out our information. For a breakfast taco, so we have X, and plus a small glass of milk, so just 1 glass of milk, that's Y. Together they equal 210. So there's my first equation. The second one, 2 tacos, 2x plus 3y equals $5.15. Okay, so there's my system of equations. I have to change one of them so that I have a y or an x equals. So I'm going to go ahead and change my, just this first one, because then I don't have to do any division. So this one, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and I'm going to end up getting y equals negative x plus 210. And that's what I'm going to put in to this equation. So I'm going to take this and put it in for my y. So I'm going to rewrite that here, 2x plus 3, and then in parentheses, negative x plus 210. And all of that equals 515. Now I go ahead and I distribute first. So I'm going to have negative 3x minus 630 equals $5.15. Okay, now I'm going to combine these like terms. So I'll have negative x minus 630. Oh, that should be plus. I don't know why I made that minus. Sorry about that, guys. All right, should be plus 3 times 2.1. It is definitely a positive 630. And that equals 515. I subtract 630 from each side. And I end up with a negative x equals, and that's going to be a negative $1.15. When I have both of them being negative, I can just change them to positive. So my taco is going to be $1.15. So I go back up here to this equation and I say $1.15 plus y equals 210. I subtract $1.15 from both sides. And I will get a 95 cents, 0.95. So my final answer for this, a taco, is $1.15, and milk is 95 cents. Alrighty. I hope you've done 3 and 4. If you haven't, please just quickly pause the video and get that finished so you can check your answer in just a second. All right, let's take a look at your answers. For number 3, I did it a little differently. You should have gotten 36 sundaes and 28 banana splits. Now take a look at how I did mine, because instead of, oh no, this one I did normally, didn't I? It's the next one that I did differently. Okay, this one's very straightforward. Now let's take a look at number 4. This one I solved, instead of solving for y, I solved for x, because I looked at this and thought to myself, it'll be a lot easier for me to get an answer that doesn't have fractions in it. So I can divide by 2 instead of dividing by 10, and then I'd have 1/5 and that kind of stuff. So you might have done it a little differently. The end result should be that the fudge is $1.50 and gum is 24 cents. See if you have that as your answer. And this last one is very straightforward, except this time I left the M and the N in there to show you that you don't have to have X and Y, and you can still do it very easily. So okay, the math book is 3 times the novel plus 8, and M plus N equals 54. So I just substituted there, and hopefully you got that the novel was $11.50 and the math book is $42.50. All right, if you have any specific questions to that, email me or send me a text and I will help you out. Go ahead and do the assignment that's on Alex for today.